It was just after sunrise when the gates of Parchman State Penitentiary opened and Marcus Cole stepped out free for the first time in nearly 2 decades. He had no car waiting, no cheering family, just a trash bag filled with what was left of the life he lost. His jeans didn't fit the same. His shoes were 2 sizes too big, and the world felt faster than he remembered. But one thing hadn't changed. Inked across his chest, just above his heart, was the name Irina. The woman he'd married at 23. The woman he thought about every single night inside that cell. The woman he gave up everything for. Marcus's stride was slow, not just from age, but from the weight of memory. He'd spent 18 years convincing himself that loyalty still mattered. That some things, like love, don't fade when time passes. They only get stronger. He believed that. He needed to believe that because, without it, all those years meant nothing. 1 week later, the silence of Satan Huge neighborhood was ripped apart. A neighbor called 911, screaming in the background, then yelling, then shots. Loud, sharp, then silence. When police arrived, they walked into a home that didn't look disturbed from the outside. Nothing stolen, nothing ransacked. But inside, 2 bodies lay motionless on the floor. One male, one female, each with a bullet wound to the head. No signs of forced entry, no defensive wounds. But the message is clear. Whoever did this wanted it done face to face. Detectives would later call it personal, painful, and ruthless. But what they didn't say, at least not on record, was that it felt like the ending of something that had been building for years. The victims were familiar faces. The suspect, one they all remembered. Marcus Cole had only been home for 10 days. But before judgment is passed, before assumptions are made, you have to understand the full story. Because what led to that night didn't start with a gun. It started with a bond, a promise, a betrayal, and a man who refused to speak a name. This is where it begins. 18 years ago, in a dusty neighborhood in West Satan Huge, 3 lives were tied together and only one would walk away whole. Welcome to the Crime Vault. I thank you, my viewers, most especially my subscribers, for your support as we keep improving and bringing daily told and untold true crime stories updates. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Today's episode takes us deep into Mississippi, where love, friendship, and sacrifice collide in ways no one saw coming. This is the story of Marcus Cole. Out of prison, he took a bus to Satan Huge. He didn't have a phone, didn't call anyone, just sat in the back of the bus and watched a world he no longer recognized fly past the window. He stayed with his mother for the first few nights. She barely spoke, just looking at him like he was a ghost. He asked about Alina. She told him to leave the past where it was. But Marcus couldn't. Alina Ruiz had been his first love, his only love. They met in high school, when Marcus was a quiet, responsible teen and Alina was all fire and ambition. She wanted to be a nurse. He wanted to build a family. Together, they dreamt of escaping the neighborhood that swallowed so many of their friends. But dreams cost money. And money was something Marcus didn't have. Enter Trey Dawson, Marcus's childhood friend. Practically a brother. Flashy, smooth-talking, always with a new hustle. Trey had connections, opportunities. He introduced Marcus to a job. A quick one. Low risk. Big payout. Marcus said no. Then Alina got pregnant. And desperation made that no a whisper. The job was a setup. Marcus was arrested. They gave him a deal, named Trey, go free. But Marcus refused. We can't both go down, he said. So he took the fall. Did 18 years. For love. For loyalty. For Trey. At first, Alina visited with Trey. Held his hand through the glass. Said she was proud. Said she'd wait. Then the letters slowed. The visits stopped. Trey started showing up alone. Said that Alina was busy. Said everything was fine. But prison has a way of whispering truths. Inmates talk. Guards talk. And one day, someone slipped Marcus a photo. A grainy, low-res picture of Trey and Alina, holding hands. He stared at it for days, burned it, wrote letters. None got replies, and then came freedom. Marcus walked the streets of Baton Rouge like a ghost revisiting the past. He asked old friends. He pieced together stories. He found an address. He found Alina, living in a neat little house on Magnolia Street, with Trey. 2 kids are playing in the yard. One looked like him. One didn't. Marcus stood across the street for 20 minutes before going to the front door. He knocked, and Trey opened the door. Froze. Alina appeared behind him. Her face turned white. Marcus didn't yell, didn't scream, just asked, "How long?" Alina cried. Trey mumbled something about how they never meant for it to happen, that things changed. They thought Marcus was never getting out. He nodded, said he understood, then walked away. 3 days later, neighbors heard 2 loud pops. Police arrived to find Alina and Trey both shot in the head, execution style. No signs of forced entry, no struggle. Just 2 bodies, side by side in bed, and 2 children asleep down the hall, untouched. The next morning, Marcus Cole walked into the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office, clothes bloodied, eyes blank. "I'm here to confess," he said. They asked why. He replied, "I did 18 years for a lie. I'll do life imprisonment for the truth." In court, he didn't ask for mercy, didn't apologize, just said, "I gave them everything. My freedom, my life. And they buried me." The judge called it a tragedy. The media called it vengeance. But Marcus, he just called it closure. Today, Marcus sits in a cell at Parchman Farm once again. Same walls, same routine, but no hope this time. No letters, no visits. Just a photo of a younger Alina tucked into a Bible. And a truth he'll take to his grave: loyalty is a beautiful lie. And betrayal? That's the only thing that ever keeps its promise.